This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, welcome everyone. So just want to speak for a few minutes about Acharon Shel Pesach. We're going to learn now from the new Sefer. It's Maimer Mem Dalid, page Taf Pei Gimel. Acharon Shel Pesach is really a unique nomenclature. It's a unique terminology that we don't find by any other Yom Tif. We don't find the last day of Sukkot as Acharon Shel Sukkot or Acharon Shel Shavuos. We call the last day of Shavuos Yom Tov Sheni, Shel Golios. We call the last day of Sukkot Simchas Torah. And yeah, Simchas Torah in Eretz Yisrael, Shmini Atzeres and Simchas Torah together. And we don't give the last day in Chutz La'aretz a special name Acharon Shel Sukkot. And yet when it comes to Pesach, we call it Acharon Shel Pesach, as the expression goes, Minhag Yisrael Torah. And let's try to offer some explanation. Why do we give this special name? What is the limud? What is the message of this terminology, Acharon Shel Pesach? In Maimer Gimel of the Sefer, we spoke about the idea that Pesach is a unique time in that it's very different than any other Yom Tov. All other Yom Tovim, in order for us to merit the salvation of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, there's something we had to do to elicit that. So, for example, on Shavuos, in order to be Zoicha to the Torah, we had to say Nasa v'Nishma, we had to prepare ourselves, and in turn Hashem came down and gave us the Torah. Sukkos, in order to regain the Anani HaKavod, we had to do Tshuva, and when we did Tshuva, Hashem brought us back the clouds of glory. But we know in the times of Pesach, we did nothing, as they say in Brooklyn. We didn't do anything. We really did not merit the salvation Hashem was giving us. We were on the Memtesh Shari Tumah. We were Eiro in the area. And why was it that we didn't even have to, so to speak, open the door? So we quote Rabbi Baruch of Meshbej, that God obviated on Pesach the need for us to take the first step. Pesach means Hashem jumped over our need to take the first step. That's the greatness of Pesach. Pesach is what we call Isarusa Dila'ela. We did not inspire ourselves. God came down and inspired us. Normally, the typical procedure is, Hashem says, Pischu li Pesach k'chudash hamachad. Open for me an opening like the thread of a needle, and I'll take care of the rest. On Pesach, Hashem obviated that need. He said, nah, you don't have to do that. I will take you the whole way. And based on this, we explained that Rabbi Meir Shapiro said that on Pesach, we daven for Tal. Geshem is the precipitation that starts off in this world and then comes down to heaven. Rain is Isarusa de la Sata. First the moisture from down here in this world, and then it comes from above. As opposed to dew is entirely Isarusa de la Ela. So Pesach is a zman of what we call freebies. It's a zman of, it's a government handout. We didn't deserve it. We didn't merit it. God just gave us a freebie. Hashem gave us welfare. Well, says the Satmar Rebbe not in the Divrei Yoel. I want to thank my friend Rabbi Yanki Klein in Williamsburg, who showed this to me from a sefer the Satmar Rebbe called Chidushei Torah Chelek Hey. Rabbi Yaakov Klein showed this to me. The Satmar Rebbe says that even though Pesach is a wondrous time, and it's a time where we could just jump into Kedusha, and we don't really have to merit it, and God says, pay me back later, you have 49 days to pay me back, like the Chidusha Arim says, it's a Chodesh Asher Yeshuais Makifais, where we could borrow and we pay back on credit. Hashem just gives us a freebie. But in Kabbalah, this is called Na'ama D'chsufa, embarrassed bread. Because it's very nice, God just gives us a magnanimous spiritual elevation. But how do you think we feel about it? We know that anything that a human being takes without earning and working hard for, deep down in the subconscious, there's a certain embarrassment out of it. We know that it's embarrassing to take charity, it's embarrassing to take tzedakah. We know that the Ramchal writes that Hashem created all of us to bask in the glory of the Shechina and Olam Haba. So why didn't He just put us there? Because it would be embarrassing to us. We have to earn it. We have to work to achieve it. So while Pesach is a very special time, it's somewhat embarrassing. It's embarrassing we're on such a low level that we have to come on to Hashem's freebie, Hashem's free magnanimous gift. And therefore, the Satmar Rebbe says the terminology Acharon Shel Pesach is a tefillah. May this be the last time we have to come on to such a gift. Please Hashem, please next time, we should be zoicha to achieve greatness on our own, through our own efforts. We shouldn't have to come on to your free gifts and your free offerings and your magnanimous elevations. Next time we should be zoicha to be on the madrega, the other Yom Tovim. We are zoicha to it and we earn it on our own. In other words, Acharon Shel Pesach, may this be the last time we have to come on to such a free gift. I would like to suggest a different interpretation for the term Acharon Shel Pesach. Similar to the Satmar Rebbe, but the Satmar Rebbe is saying this should be the last time we have to come on to such a free gift. But I think there's another element of tefillah in this terminology, Acharon Shel Pesach. We say in the Haggadah, the Mishnah in Brachos, Parak Aleph, Mishnah Hey, that Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah said that he's 70 years old, and he was never successful in defeating and beating the Chachamim, who the Chachamim say you don't talk about Yetzias Mitzrayim at night. And finally, Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, bolstered by Ben Zoyma, was able to say, yes, we do say it at night because Kol Yemei Chayecha includes the nighttime. And what do the Chachamim do with Kol Yemei Chayecha? The Chachamim say Yemei Chayecha is this world before Mashiach comes. Kol Yemei Chayecha lehavi limos HaMashiach, to include when Mashiach comes. When Mashiach comes, we'll also talk about Yetzias Mitzrayim. Meaning Ben Zoyma and Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah say Kol includes the night, and the Chachamim say no, Kol includes Mashiach. Well, ask Rabbi Akiva Eiger on the Mishnah, why does it only say the word lahavi in the shita of the Chachamim? Meaning Ben Zoyma and Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah don't say Yemei Chayecha Hayamim, Kol Yemei Chayecha lahavi haleilos. They say Yemei Chayecha Hayamim, Kol Yemei Chayecha haleilos. So why by the Chachamim is it Yemei Chayecha Hayamim, Kol Yemei Chayecha lahavi limos HaMashiach? Why does he use the word lahavi? Says Rabbi Akiva Eiger, amazing words. He says, the Gemara in Bracha says on Yud Beis Amud Beis, that Ben Zoyma said to the Chachamim, what? We're going to talk about Yetzias Mitzrayim when Mashiach comes? It says, behold, days are coming. We're not going to call God the God who took us out of Egypt. We're going to call God the God who took us out of Brooklyn and Williamsburg and even Los Angeles. So what do the Chachamim say back? No, they say back, Avada! We're still going to talk about Yetzias Mitzrayim when Mashiach comes. It's just not going to be an Iker, it's going to be a Tafel. We're going to say the God who took us out of America and also who took us out of Mitzrayim. Ben Zoyma says, no, we're not going to say Yetzias Mitzrayim when Mashiach comes. The Chachamim say, we'll mention it, but as a secondary thought, as an afterthought. Says Rabbi Akiva Eiger, that's why the Chachamim say, Lehavi. Lahavi means to include also as an afterthought, Tafel to Yetzias Mitzrayim. Yetzias Mitzrayim will be the Iker, and Mashiach, the Geula from the current Galus will be the Iker. Yetzias Mitzrayim is just an afterthought. So what do we learn from here? That La'asud Lavai, when Mashiach comes, the exodus of Egypt will be secondary. Primary will be the redemption from the current Galus. And by the way, based on this, Reb Shlomo Al-Kabitz explains the famous Medrash. The Medrash says, the Medrash Shachar Tov, that in the future all Yamim Tovim will be batel, except for Purim. We'll speak about that one a different time. But what does it mean all Yamim Tovim will be batel? The Rajba asks in the Chuvas Chelek Aleph Siman Tzaddik Gimel, we know when Mashiach comes, not even one letter of the Torah will become batel. So how could you say all the Yamim Tovim will become batel? Well, says the Reb Shlomo Al-Kabitz, what the Medrash means that the Yom Tov will come batel is we'll still observe Pesach, and we'll still observe Shabbos, and we'll still observe Sukkot, but their prominence and distinction will be smaller and will be mitigated. Because while now we give great reverence to Pesach, and we commemorate the miracles of Yetzias Mitzrayim, that's because we've never seen bigger. But when Mashiach comes, the miracles of Yemais HaMashiach, of Geula Me'America, will be so much greater than Geula Mitzrayim, that Geula Mitzrayim will pale, will be secondary, will be an afterthought. It's only Lahavi. It will become Batel. Batel doesn't mean we won't observe it. Batel means like Batel B'Shishim. It's still there, but its significance will pale. So when Mashiach comes, Rabbi Isai, we'll still observe Pesach, but the importance of Pesach will be smaller. The main holiday, the main Yom Tov, the main celebration will be the celebration of the ultimate Geula. Therefore, can we suggest that the terminology Acharon Shel Pesach, similar to the Satmar Rebbe? Satmar Rebbe says Acharon Shel Pesach, may this be the last time we have to come on to a freebie. But we're suggesting Acharon Shel Pesach. May this be the last year that Pesach is so significant for us. Be'ezus Hashem, next year when we're in Yerushalayim, we'll have bigger miracles to celebrate. We'll have greater momentous occasions. The significance of Pesach will be mitigated. Acharon Shel Pesach, our tefillah, Emertz Hashem on Thursday, is Ribbono Shel Olam. We so appreciate that you took us out of Mitzrayim. We're so in awe of all the miracles that you brought for us in Mitzrayim. But please, we still need the greatest miracle yet. We still need Geula from the final Galus. We're Mispalel, Acharon Shel Pesach. May this be the last time the Yom Tov of Pesach is so significant for Klal Yisrael. So on that note, I want to wish everybody a good Moyed, a good Erev Yom Tov, Be'ez Hashem, a good Shvi Shel Pesach, and we should be Zoicha to the Geula Shlema. Thank you everyone for joining, to be Mechazik us, and a good Yom Tov, all the best. Thank you so much. A good Moyed. Good Yom Tov, good Yom Tov, good Yom Tov. Yes. Thank you.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.